Hi, my name's Alan Simpson. You're watching this because Julie Abraham has referred you to this link. Now, when I first heard about this, I was excited. So let me show you how this can work for you too. What would you call a good business? Let's go through a few sums before we get too embedded in this subject. What about $200,000 per annum? Is that a good business? That's what your turnover is, $200,000. Did you know that in most Western countries, the worked out amount of money that you will actually get at the end of the year to take home for yourself to buy, say, little chips of cardboard, or just little chips, or pens, or whatever you want to do, is 5%. So after you pay your mortgage, your registration, your food, all your living expenses, all the breakdowns, all the business expenses, if that's your business, that's what you get to take home. What is 5% of that figure? How about $10,000? You get to put in your pocket at the end of the year to buy whatever you want to buy. Now, what do I do with my rubber? You got that? Oh, I won't need that yet. I'll leave that there. What about the next business? How about you making a little bit more money than that? Let's say you're making $600,000. That's a pretty good business, isn't it? What's it cost you to buy a business that's making $600,000 turnover per year? You could pay $500,000 for that business. Pretty pricey. What's the chances of you going broke? 80%. Who's training you? Well, you pay your money and the guy beside you of the business is like, see you later. Have a nice time. He's off. Why is he selling it? You'll find out within 5 years, because you'll be doing the same if you're still there. What about another 5% of that? What's 5% of 600,000? Well, how's 30,000 sound? Your business that you just purchased is going to give you back about that much in your pocket that you can go and do what you like with, if you're lucky. If you're really lucky, you might get a little bit more than that. It's not much, not a lot, is it? How about we go another step? This is a really good business. You've probably got a franchise of some sort. Let's say it is actually taking per annum $2 million. Now you're thinking, oh, now I don't know anyone that's actually in a business like that. Well, you're probably right. Not many people know too many people who've got businesses like that. I mean, there are probably some of you people out there that will know people that have businesses like that. But the ones that don't, let's just imagine you do. What's 5% of that one? You got your thinking caps on? Got it? What about you get to take home $100,000? Now you're starting to live a little bit with $100,000 a year, but it's just enough to make you feel a little bit comfortable. What have you paid to get that one? A lot of money. Same thing, 5 years, could be gone. How about the next one? Let's go all out. Let's get a serious income. Let's find a business that's turning over $6 million per year. 5%. I hope I can rub all this stuff out. This thing smudges like crazy. Done the sums? $300,000 is what you get to take home to buy pens with, or to go and have a dozen haircuts, or go and, I don't know, you might want to buy push bikes for friends next door. I don't know. You can go to the supermarket and give away $10,000 a month to somebody that's buying the groceries. That's what that money is. It's after everything else has been spent. How much is that business going to cost you to get that? And again, chances of going bust, probably just as easy. Interesting facts, and they're not there to scare you, but they are certainly interesting facts. I'm going to give you some statistics on another type of business now. This is called multi-level marketing. Most people think multi-level marketing is I heard someone say it out there. Did you say pyramid? I heard someone say pyramid. What is a pyramid? Well, a true pyramid is actually illegal. There is no pyramids left in Australia that I know of, as in the actual pyramid schemes. Because what that means is you're given a piece of paper. Well, let's say I've got a piece of paper here with a bunch of tickets inside, and they're all worth, say, $300. So the company gives me all these tickets, and I purchase it through $300 as well, but I get about 20 more. So I then rip out one of these pages, which is worth $300, and I give it to Fred with another book of information as well, with a lot of those tickets in it. And say the same thing. He buys it for $300, and I've done the same thing, and I on-sell that piece of paper, which is in this book, to about another 10 people. All the money goes back to the company. Meanwhile, Fred has got another book that the company gives him as well, and he on-sells that piece of paper many times to those people. Well, that money goes back to the company. So what the company does then is says, well, thanks, Al. I'm going to send you a check for all of those pieces of paper you sold. So $300 by 10 is $3,000. And they would send me a check for $1,500. The company makes 15, I make 15. Seems fair? Well, what did the people get for their money? Nothing. Book, some bits of paper. No product. Now, that has been completely stamped out, and for obvious reasons. Because what happens when everyone starts to sell these bits of paper, by the time you get to the end, or somewhere down here, if something happens to the company, all that money is just gone and no one's got anything, and it all finishes and it folds up and a lot of people get hurt. That's a pyramid. And you can see why it's illegal. There's nothing actually changing hands. Now, let's have a look at this shape now. What fits into this shape? Well, let's see, a bank. Let's try a bank. A bank, you have the top of the bank chain, which would be the CEOs, and then down here you have presidents, and then you can have the vice presidents, and you have some managers in the bank, and by the time you get down here, you've got all the tellers on the floor. Now, who makes all the money here? By the way, that's the same system as the government. That's the same system as the schools, the education department. That's the same system as the P&C, church hierarchy, all religions, whatever. That's the system. You've got the owners, and then you've got the filters down to the people that do a lot of the work on the floor. This guy does less work than what these do, and as you're looking down through the system, all these people are doing more and more and more work. Can this person ever get the money of this person? No. If this is a bank, this guy could be earning, say, $2 million a year, and this guy, this teller on the floor, I don't know, maybe $40,000 a year. Can this person down here ever become this person up here? Well, it's possible, but maybe 1 out of 10,000 might get to that position. But on the general, no, it doesn't happen. That is what shape? Well, not really a pyramid, because a pyramid's got more sides, but it's certainly a triangle. And that's the model that people say multi-level marketing is. So I'll show you that is actually quite wrong. That system I just showed you then doesn't make too many people wealthy down in the lower ranks. All they do is work for probably 20, 30, 40 years and get pensioned off because they never really make enough money because inflation takes it as their pay is increasing. So this other model I was going to show you a second ago is the multi-level marketing system or network marketing system. Let's just run through a few figures before I start explaining M+3T3, because you're probably looking at that going, what does all that stuff mean? Steady on, grasshopper. We will get to it. So now, let's have a look at the Young Living model. Let's start at a silver rank. Okay, that's a silver rank. We'll just do some quick figures. What does it take to get to silver? 10,000 points. We'll say PV, points value. Now, the points, you need to speak to somebody in your group or in your above you who's introduced you or somewhere in your team, and they'll explain more about this. This is not what this video is about at the moment. I just want to show you some models. So it's basically 10,000 points is an American dollar value because the American dollar is what Young Living trades in. So when you go to different countries around the world, you have shipping and all of the other costs that add up to it, plus the exchange rates. So that's why it's called a PV. So I'll do a little bit of PV and a little bit of dollars as I'm talking. So I'll do a few transfers. So now your 10,000 PV is per month. That's what you need to get to be silver in Young Living. So how much is that per annum? Or per month per annum? Well, that's about $120,000 per year or per annum that this actually is turning over in your business. You're not getting that, but that 10,000 points per month is accumulative of all the people in your organisation. Doesn't take long to get there, by the way. We have got dozens of people doing this, and there's probably over thousands in the world that are doing this. So it's not very difficult to do that, especially when you do M+3T3, which we'll get to in a second. So that 120,000 is actually going to give you as a wage per annum about 14,000, I think it's 14,400 per annum would be your wage per year, and about monthly it would be 1,200 in your pocket. Now that's not exact, okay? It actually can fluctuate 10% down or 50 to even 100% above, but let's just keep it at that point at the moment. Okay, it's very reasonable what most people get and more. But like I said, let's keep it at that. That's a silver, what they call silver rank. Now let's go to the next rank. Remember the value of what the people got last time when they had a business earning $200,000 per annum? Remember what they were making? They were making $10,000 in their pocket, per year. This model is making $14,000, and remember that one was $200,000. That was their turnover. This turnover is $120,000. So as you can see, it's significantly higher in this business model. Let's go to the next one. The next rank in Young Living is gold. So what does a gold earn per, let's say per month? 35,000 PV monthly. Now, what I forgot to tell you was that once you convert that to Australian dollars, significantly different. Okay? But that's the spend value. So if you wanted to look at the value of what this business is, not this is the Australian, I better write that, Australian dollars. That's what it's already been calculated in Australian dollars. But that 10,000 points or 120,000 PV or American dollars per year, you probably could take that up close to a $200,000 a year income that is generating. So it's pretty close to that last figure. Remember on that first business I told you about, a standard business with 200,000 going through its business per annum. And it was earning $10,000 in the pocket of the person, and this is still giving significantly more. So now, back to this, 35,000 PV, let's say that's 420,000 per annum. That's per month, and that's what it's taking as gross per annum. So what is it per month in Australian dollars? It's about starting $3,500 per month. So what is that per year in the pocket, which is this figure here? 42,000 roughly dollars per year is what this business is generating. Lots and lots of people do it that are at the gold level. And I know that if you're sitting in traffic on your way to work every morning, sipping your cup of coffee, you shouldn't be sipping a cup of coffee, but you're sitting in the traffic, looking at your watch, going, come on, I'm late for work. Every day for 30 or 40 years, or you build one of these businesses, I don't sit in the traffic. I never have while I've been building this business. I've been just working with people, looking for people, working, helping people. It's been an amazing journey. I tell you what, much prefer this model than the other model because I've been in the corporate. I tell you, this is much better. Trust me, much, much better. So now that's a goal. Let's go to the next level. You following? By the way, what was the one that was earning 42,000? Remember that? That was a business that was generating $600,000 per annum in that previous model. Okay? Now that business was earning $30,000 per year in their pocket at their 5%. Okay? This one's 42,000 because that's equivalent to about 600,000 once you do the exchange in the Australian dollars. So if we now go, are you following? Let's go to platinum. What does a platinum business generate per month? 100,000 points per month is what a platinum would generate. Now, what's that? PV per month. Now, what is that per year? Do the sums. $1.2 million per year a platinum is generating as American dollars. What's that in Australian? About 200,000. Sorry, 2 million it's actually generating. Remember what the previous business model was at 2 million? $100,000 per annum. It was actually giving the person at 5%, right? Because that was a $2 million business, giving him $100,000 at 2%. This one is equivalent to that, 2 million. What is it giving the person per month? Well, at a minimum, let's say 7,500 per month is their minimum, and per year, that's $90,000 minimum in their pocket per year. Again, I know which one I prefer. I don't have to sit in traffic. I don't have to go to work. I don't have to be with a boss. I don't have to do the same thing over and over and over and over. and we get all sorts of different little presents and gifts and incentives to help us along the way, where I never got that in corporate with my boss. We're going to get one more? Let's get one more just for the fun of it. Diamond. Now, there's been an absolute explosion of diamonds around the world right now in Young Living. It's gone bananas. Or should I say it's not diamonds. So what's a diamond? Well, a minimum per month is 250,000 points per month. What goes through a diamonds business? So now, if you then try and work out what that is per annum, becomes 3 million US dollars goes through that business per annum. Significant. And if you made that into Australian dollars, you're looking at about 4.2 million or so going through that business per annum. So now, what's the monthly amount that that person will take home? It starts at about 15,000 per month. That's the starting figure. I tell you, it's a lot more than that, but that's the beginning. Trust me, I know. So, how much is that per year you get to take home in your pocket as your 5%, which is actually works out a bit more? You get to take home $180,000 per annum. That's a pretty sizable sort of an income when you compare the other way. Again, which way would I prefer to earn an income? I don't know why anybody wouldn't try this. Next, we're going to have a look at the M+3 Teaching 3. Network marketing is a great business model. It's no risk. As you could see with my drawing before, the amount of dollars that Young Living produces in a network marketing system, it gives a great return compared to the standard triangle business model. And Young Living has got nothing to do with that system in the real world. It doesn't actually end up even looking like that, because the people at the bottom end up making, or can make, more money than the people at the top. And we have heaps of support. We support our teams because we want them to be a success, which is the main thing. We have the amazing quality products, over 500 plus unbelievable products with vibrations and frequencies. Don't get me started on that one. That's a whole nother lecture on music and sound. I would love to branch into that right now, but man, I've got to stick to this, okay? There's plenty of videos out there and stuff that I've done on vibration, and to show you the quality and the depth of this product that you're getting into. It has an 89% retention rate, which is unheard of in the industry, in the MLM industry, because people have such a deep passion for the oils and the products that the oils are in. So now, what's all this about? This is how you get started in that business. And it doesn't cost you $200,000 or $1.2 million or $3 million or even $6 million. It doesn't cost you any of that to get into this business. What it costs is $149. Ah, this is a scam. Oh, this is a pyramid scheme. Hang on a minute. We discussed that a minute ago. And it's definitely not a scam. I've been doing this 15 years. I think I'd know if it was a scam. I've been to all the farms. I've been to and worked in these farms. We've dug ditches. We've trampled down the plants in these huge vats and stills. We've been to the labs. No scam, no scheme. And I found it very easy because if you find something you love doing, you never work again as long as you live. So you must start to understand the true value of what this system can bring. So what is it? M+3T3. Let it roll off your lips. You ready? M+3T3. M+3T3. Bit of a tongue twister. What's it mean? Me plus 3 teaching 3. That's the system. What is it? Well, you buy these two products here, 2 Ningxia Reds, 1 Longevity, antioxidant pack. And you hear people saying, what's that product? Well, it's an antioxidant pack. Keeps you young. Tastes amazing. And it's building you an income. Do you have a few dollars a day to spend to start your own business? Yes or no? Do you then have 3 friends or family members that might want to do the same? Okay, let's go. Yeah, I heard your answer. Yes, I do have $5 a day, and yes, I do have 3 friends that want to do the same. So, let's have a look how this works. Let's say in January, you found a guy, and his name's Tom. You asked him those 3 questions, and he said yes to both. So he becomes a business builder. There's lots of people that want to become product users. That's fine because they've got some issues that they're wanting to keep their body in top performance, in peak performance. There's those people over here. But these people are business people. These people are wanting to earn an income. They'll learn about the products via osmosis and because they get an amazing catalogue that turns up. And I tell you, it's very hard not to find some of the other beautiful products that they have. Remember how many we have? Over 500. Okay. So these people are wanting to just start a business. This is the cheapest and fastest way to start a business. $149, which gives you 103 PV points. In other words, that's what it's worth in American dollars. And that's what it is worth in Australian dollars. That's including postage, by the way. And it's about a little bit less than $5 a day. So I'm going to round that up to, say, 100 points, okay, that this person's buying, just to keep the maths simple. Tom has just started, and he's just spent how much? Same as you, $149. So what is it that you get because Tom got connected and did the same as what you just did? Well, you receive $33 as a percentage. So that's 25% that the company gives you back because you introduced Tom. 25% works out about $33 by the time you convert it into Australian dollars. Because 25% of 100 is $25. Do the sums, round it up, roughly $33, give or take a bit. Now, the rest of it's pretty simple because it's the same thing. You now found Fred. Fred might be brother, sister, cousin, auntie. No, might be an auntie, maybe an uncle with a name like Fred. Or Frederica. Could be an auntie. But $149, put a dollar sign there, is what Fred paid to get into this business. How much do you get because Fred got started? Well, by the way, let's just say this is in January. This is month 1. What did it cost you? $149. So far you got back $66. When do they pay? Well, Young Living pays, let me stick it down here, on the 20th each month. That's when Young Living pays a check, on the 20th of each month. The work you do this month in January, you get paid in February on the 20th. Providing you do 100 points minimum, which you just have. That's your business. You qualify by doing over 100 points. Simple. Now, what's the next person? Joe. That might be a neighbour. Might be a lady next door. Joanne, for sure, for long. So what did Joe pay? Same thing. $149. How much did you get for Joe? Same thing. The company gave you a reward or a payment of $33. So what does that add up to in January that you've just earned by introducing Tom, Fred and Joe? Well, let's just say, make it easy maths. Let's say $100. Remember, these aren't exact because they're going to change it a little bit. They certainly won't go down, but they could go up because the person might want to order something else there. But these are the minimum ways to start for somebody to start a business. So that's $100. Now, how much have you just spent to start your business? Do the sums. In January, cost you $149. You've earned $100. It cost you $49 including postage. Did it cost you $100,000 for your business, or $500,000, or $1 million, or $2 million for your business? No, absolutely not. It cost you, for the first month, you actually only spent $49. That's less than $5 a day, isn't it? Already in that first month. But remember, you get that payment on the 20th of February. Okay? Let's say now you are a perfectly well-trained person, because the person that introduced you taught you to make sure that Tom did what you did. Because remember, Tom's a business builder. He would like to get that next month as well. Let's help him. So he's introduced Mr. A, you don't know who he is, Mr. B, and Mr. C. And you also did the same with Fred, Mr. D, Mrs. E, Mrs. F, Miss G, H, and I. You've been a good teacher because you made sure they did what you just did. Because now each one of these people on the 1st of the month, on the 20th of the month, are going to also get $100, remember? Because they've just done the same thing as what you did. Pretty good so far, eh? Right, what does the company give you now because you were the person that got this person started? You enrolled them, and then they then enrolled these people. So because you enrolled this person and they then in turn enrolled another 3, the company's going to give you, guess what? 10%. By the way, if these guys eventually in another, say, year or 2 or 3 or 4 years' time decide to start enrolling more people, you still get 10%. That's a whole other income. And I'll tell you, it's pretty exciting when you start getting a few people. But how many people do you need to know? 3. Me plus 3. Me plus 3. Teaching 3. Right? That's where that comes from. Me plus 3, teaching 3. Me plus 3, T3. Remember that, ingrained into your brain. I hope you get sick of hearing it because it's simple. This can be done on a napkin in a sitting down in a restaurant, or you can meet someone in the washroom. You can even grab a piece of toilet paper off the roll and sit there at the basin and draw on the toilet paper. It doesn't take much. Look at it. That's it. Pretty small. Very easy. Next, probably only, 4 squares on the toilet roll? Anyway, I'll just turn that screen back on again. So now, what is it that you get 10% off? Well, let's do some sums and work out how much you're actually getting. Let's roughly say $13.50 for each person. How does that work out? Well, remember, you did 100 points. These guys did 100 points. These guys do 100 points. So 100 points, 10% of 100 is 10. So it's 10 points. But let's turn it into Australian dollars, $13.50. Okay? So let's now work out what that $13.50 is worth. Let's do a rough calculation. About $122 is roughly what you will get because these people got connected in February. So now, what's that plus that? Because you're going to get that again the next month, because these people are business builders, they'll order it the second month, which is February. So now you've got 100 plus 122. So what have you now got? First off, what did you spend in February? You're a business builder. You want to continue this. So you've spent in February $149. How much have you now got back? $222. Tell me, what's your profit? $73. So in February, your business has just generated $73. You are well on your way to making the silver incomes and the golds and the platinums and the diamonds simply by M+3 teaching 3. That's it. That's all you need to know in this business model. Because if you just teach that to that person, you make sure that person teaches that person, the list grows and grows and grows. It just keeps going. And remember, this happens for 3 months automatically. Good income. How long do you pay the $5 a month to get started? Remember that question, if you've got $5 a month? And do you know 3 people? Well, the 3 people will stay, but that $5 a month, well, that only happens, that actually doesn't even happen for the first month. Because what did it cost you the first month? $49. That's far less than $5 a day. And this, you've ended up profiting. So that's about it, and that's all you need to know. So go out there and M+3 and T3.